And we're live. We are live here. This is my crew here. Reed, D, Willie D, Dink. We are going to do a pre-draft, well, not pre-draft, pre-game discussion for the Dallas Cowboys game today against the New York Jets. D Will has not been here, so I'm going to start him off with an introduction. I'm going to go with Reef, then Willie, then Dink. Just introduce yourself, D. I mean, because you haven't been here for a couple of discussions, but you was here from the ground up. So just go
Yeah,
ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
yeah, I'm D. Y'all can find me on Twitter at DEEWIL25.
All right. Anything else?
So I
Oh,
got
short and sweet. All right. Reef
yes,
is back
sir.
in the house. All right. Short and sweet. Reef is here. Willie's here. Dink here. Let's just start it off. We're going to discuss, the keys, the 5 keys for today's game. Since you have not been here, D, we're going to start it off with you. What is your overall concern or matchups with today's? What are the 5 keys for the Cowboys against the New York Jets? And what's your overall feel for the game? We can start with overall feel.
So I think we're gonna have to set the tone with the run. I think we're gonna have to play off the run, and I think defensively we're gonna have to put the pressure on Zach Wilson because I do think Zach Wilson will come in with a chip on his shoulder and with something to prove. So I think we gotta set the tone defensively and just let them know we're here. Get pressure on the quarterback, put him under pressure, and I think when we do throw the ball, I think we will. I think when we do throw the ball, I think it's going to have to be effective. I like the short routes and then attack deep because the Jets do have a very good defense. So those are my couple keys to win the
Are you
game.
concerned that Brandon Cooks won't be playing today?
Uh, I would be concerned if I didn't see Tolbert perform the way he did in preseason, but I think Tolbert's ready to step up.
Okay. Okay. All right. Reef. Overall feel. Overall feel for the game. What do you consider your 5 keys for today's game? And we'll go from there.
5 keys. Okay, well, first one, obviously stop Brees Hall at all costs. That engine don't flow without Brees Hall. So as you maintain him, you pretty much shut down the Jets offense from what I seen last week. Defensively, what they got, another name, Quentin Williams. Block him. If you don't block him, you're going to see something similar to where we played Kansas City in 2020 when Chris Jones completely wrecked the game in the interior. If you don't block him, if you don't block him consistently, he will ruin your game. Period. Point blank. 3, just get the ball to your playmakers in space. Pretty much use what you got weapon wise. Number 4, no turnovers, none. Play a clean football game. Do not give Zach Wilson any short fields or any extra opportunities than he's already given. No reason to help him out even more. And then 5, just get after the quarterback. That offensive line is shaky, very much so. So you got the dogs. Let them out.
All right, I got you. All right. Dink. Overall feel for the game. 5 keys for today's game.
The overall feel for the game, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna think it's gonna be a defensive struggle. Our defense needs to come out and shut them out like we did the Giants. We need to get on Zach. That's the overall feel. I think it's gonna be a defensive game on both sides of the ball, which means I think it's gonna be low scoring. But the 5 keys is one, the defense. Attack Zach Wilson just like you did Daniel Jones. Because he's the same way. If he'll take off running, so stop him, put him in his place. Number 2, we gotta run the ball effectively. Number 3, we gotta be smart with the football. Meaning Dak can't turn the ball over. Number 4, utilize everybody. Tight ends, play action pass, whatever. And number 5, I expect Coach Mike McCarthy to do what he does best whenever he has a missing weapon like Brandon Cooks. I expect him to have out coach and out scheme his counterpart. That's what I expect to do. He does his best when he has his least. So that was the 5 keys right there.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna circle back on that one with the Brandon Cooks thing for everybody. Welcome, Don. Willie, overall feel for today's game and your 5 keys today.
5 keys. Well, number one, we got to control Quentin Williams. We cannot let that young man come in the game and wreck this game for us. If he's wrecking the game, we'll end up having a close game, and we don't need that. That's number one. We have to run the ball effectively. Effectively, not meaning that we need to run it to big runs. No, we got to run it effectively against this team because even when it's not looking good, we got to keep pounding the rock.
When you say effectively, elaborate a little bit more. What do you consider effective running game?
4 yards, 3 yards, just run the ball effectively. We're going to have to tie this defense down just a little bit on that front seven.
Okay.
I think we need to make sure also never don't give up anything that lucky stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't give him easy lucky stuff for Zach Wilson. Make Zach Wilson have to win this ball game against us. If they're going to win, it's going to be because Zach done something special in this game to win this ball game. And our defense need to do what they did last week. Come out and dominate. Don't show no mercy. None. Not one bit.
Any particular factors of what that is? Because last week they turned the Giants one-dimensional.
I believe that they're gonna run. I believe that even if they down 17, they're gonna still run the football because they like legit. So I don't think they're gonna be that team that's gonna stop running the football and just gonna hand the ball to him. So they're gonna have to show that they can stop the run today. It's point blank. They're going to stop the run.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of right now. So I guess about 4 of them, 4 keys. I could, if I have anything else that come to mind, I'll let you know.
Okay, Don, are you still there? And I think he went away. Okay, so I'm going to piggyback. We'll start with you, Willie. We'll go back around the other way. I know I asked D this, but to get a chance to elaborate, what are they going to do as far as filling the void of losing Brandon Cooks? And I don't necessarily mean receiver, just explosive plays. Because last week he did produce a lot of chunk plays. He is a what I would call a safety magnet. So how do you believe the Cowboys are going to kind of fill that void, or what is the offensive game plan that you believe that Dallas will have attacking the Jets?
I think you can attack them with the tight end play. Me personally, because they got good linebackers, but not great linebackers. They cornerbacks are pretty damn good. Damn good cornerbacks. So if I was gonna go after somebody, I'd probably be them darn linebackers because I know you up there. I can see you up there.
We all have our
weakest link on
no scrubs.
All have our time.
You talking? I'm just saying. I'm trying to tell you that's the only place we talking about. We got 2 corners out there that are pretty damn good. I know who DJ Reed is, and I know who South is. They're real good. So if I'm going to go after anybody on that defense, it's going to be the linebackers because them corners are kind of hard to go after. They're pretty good. Both of them are. Wouldn't you say? And coverage, would you say the corners are better?
Are you asking me?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who do you go after? The corners or you go after the linebackers? That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on. We're not having that. We're going to go individually.
I see Reef up there smiling, so I can't help it.
Willie, just answer the question. This is
I did.
We're not debating against each other. We're talking about everyone has their own opinion, and then we're going to move around. He'll have a chance to speak. Facial expression.
I'm sorry. If you do the facial response, I'm going to respond. You want to respond?
I'm going to have to mute you. We're going to go on. Next,
what was the question?
Fill the void of Cooks, and what is the offensive game plan that you believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to utilize against the New York Jets?
This is what I think they're going to do. They're going to take Turpin and they're going to make him be the deep threat that Brandon Cooks will be, which they can use CeeDee Lamb underneath, and then like Willie said, I think they're going to use the tight ends to attack the linebackers. But this is also going to be predicated off of the play action. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think this goes back to McCarthy doing his best coaching when he loses somebody. We know we don't have Cooks, so he's going to replace it with Turpin. And I think that's how he's going to attack that defense. Attack the Jets defense.
So you think Turpin is going to fill the void of Cooks?
To a certain degree, not every play.
Just as a speed threat. In a sense.
Speed threat, yeah, because That's the only way you're gonna be able to clear out CD and get your linebackers free. Because like Willie said, they got some really good corners. So I expect them to do that and involve the linebackers more. And I think we're gonna be more committed to the run. So that's how I see that. That's how I see McCarthy approaching on the offensive side of the ball. He's gonna keep it simple, like he always do. He'll keep it
Okay.
simple, and that's how we're gonna do it.
Okay. I can see that. I do really realize last week though, Diggs did have success against their corners in the short passing game. They was getting it off really quick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
We'll
Mm-hmm.
see if that's the case. D offensive game plan. How do they fill the void of Cooks? I know you talked about. I think you said Jalen Turbot.
Yeah, Tolbert.
You still believe that would be the case? I mean, he was a deep threat in college. A lot of people seem to forget that, and he's bigger. So, but elaborate on the overall offensive game plan that you believe that they will use, or how you will go about attacking them if you're the head coach.
So I think they're gonna play off the run, hit the sticks, and then they'll tag deep. I think you'll see more of Gallup being the deep man in terms of the outside man, and I think they'll mix up. They'll use Turpin. I don't see them going down the field with Turpin. I see them doing the short drag routes and using them like they used them at the end of the game last game. Seeing them in the backfield. So I think they'll get a little more creative in terms of how they go about getting those yards that Brandon Cooks could get. Mm-hmm. So I think you'll see a good game from Tolbert. I think Tolbert's ready to break out a little bit and show what he can bring to the table, not just in the preseason game. So I think what they're going to do is play off the run, play action pass, short sticks, and deep routes every now and then.
Okay. How many? When you say deep route, how often do you think they're going to take shots down the field, deep wise? I mean, it's just a guesstimation here.
I mean, I think you'll probably see like. It depends on the situation. I'd say you see about 3.5.
That's
3.5.
Yeah,
they got really good back end. Their back end's pretty good.
Yeah, their back end is good, but you can get away from that if you try to mix it up now and then. I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Nah, that's how I think they're gonna go about it this game.
Okay, and I know Reef is chomping at the bit. So, the overall offensive game plan, and how do they fill the void of Brandon Cooks being gone? If that was even implemented in the game plan. Yeah, there were things I saw last week that I believe that they're going to run, but we'll see. But elaborate, please.
Like I said, you just need a big. You're just going to need a step up game for Jalen Tolbert. In terms of like what they should do offensively, just stay within yourself. Play football. At the end of the day, no need to shy away from the game plan because one man goes down. You still got your number one receiver, still got your number one running back, still got a very stout O-line. So just whatever game plan Mike McCarthy had going into it, just stick with it. Don't need to change.
No, I got that. That's an easy one. Tell me what will be your game plan.
All right. Well, what I would do is just me personally, from what I watched against the Bills, that's why I really agree with Willie because Quincy Williams and C.J. Mosley pretty much like took Dawson Knox and Kincaid out the game necessarily. Where they did have like problems was somebody mentioned it. Sauce was getting killed a lot of times on short routes on the outside by Diggs. Specifically, so you have a nuanced route runner like we do at CD Lamb. I feel like you don't have to shy away from the corner, those corners in that sense. Just overall, just take what the defense is giving you. They're pretty much there's not I would say a unit you can attack on their defense that's not sound. So you just gotta at that point take what the defense give you. If they giving you stuff across the middle, take what's across the middle. If they giving you stuff outside the numbers, take what's outside the numbers. If they got the box light, run the football. If they got the box heavy and they playing a lot of man coverage, you gotta attack the man coverage. So like I said, there's not like a spot where I see like they have like a true weakness at. Like they're pretty sound. Their 11 is pretty sound, just like our 11 is pretty sound. So, like I said, at the end of the day, just got to take what the defense gives you. Try to I wouldn't shy away from going against Sauce. I wouldn't shy away from going against DJ Reed, because then your offensive playbook shrinkens, and you also shrink you take away half the field. Utilize the whole field. You got to trust in the guys you got. Like I said, you have a true number one receiver against a true number one corner. So I see no reason why we shouldn't attack it.
I got you. I have a question because I didn't get an answer last week. I know about the majority of their players. Who are the edge rushers though?
They're very deep, so like they'll rotate a lot of them. I think they start off with Jermaine Johnson, the first round pick, a couple.
Florida, isn't it Florida?
Florida State, and then shoot, I can't remember the other kid's name. I can't remember the other kid's name off the top of my head, but it's another young kid that they'll play on the edge. But other than that, they go like 8 or 9 deep. So like you don't be surprised if you see them like rotate a lot of pass rushers like we do, because they are very deep at that position. Just like in terms, like we all know, like Quentin Williams is the engine that makes that team good.
Yeah, he is.
So like
I said, and they'll make things so much more easier. I agree with what Willie's talking about as far as tiring them out. I don't know if running is per se the case as opposed to a quick passing game, everything going east-west, getting things out very quick strike, putting them in space. I think the edges are pretty good. I just didn't know the names of them. They looked pretty good last week. But I do wonder about them in space. I do agree their linebackers can play in space. I mean, they can cover. They are not the Giants linebackers. They are completely different. Anything else to elaborate? Or is that overall?
I'm all good.
Okay. All right, Don, we got you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Got coming in loud and clear. So I'm just going to ask you, what is the overall feel that you feel going into the game against the New York Jets? And from an offensive perspective, how would you go about attacking them if you were the head coach based on what you've seen?
Well, yeah, pretty much it's going to be what everybody's basically saying. I mean, obviously, you got to run the football, right? We got to control the line of scrimmage for sure. And so for me, if I'm worried about those defensive backs and everybody's talking about how good they are in coverage, and then, I believe they are, I'm going to see if they want to tackle today. So I'm running on the edge too. I'm getting Tony Pollard and I'm trying to get him out on the edge. I'm not even messing with Quentin Williams initially. I just want to see what's going on the outside first. So
yeah, because he did miss some tackles last week, and he don't seem like he really likes to tackle like most corners.
Yep.
No disrespect to the corners in the room here, but most corners don't like tackling. So yeah, I agree with you on that. What else?
I'm definitely gonna attack that. I'm looking at their safeties though, and I'm trying to figure out. I don't know any of these guys, Jordan Whitehead or Tony Adams.
Right.
Whitehead had 3 picks last week.
Oh, did he?
That was against Josh Allen, though, who decided to go George on him.
But it was that last one.
turnover machine last week
was a good pick. The other two was kind of just punts. But
yeah, okay,
yeah. We'll talk about him one day. But yeah,
can they cover though? That's so. I never heard anybody say anything about their safeties in coverage either. Maybe I'm trying to get them matched up on somebody.
That's true.
I'm probably gonna motion Tony Pollard out of the backfield and see if one of them step up and try to cover him.
I'm wondering if McCarthy is going to employ a lot of 13 personnel, which allows you to have a physical front as well as dealing with things in space, be able to run, but also to be able to do play action. I do think they linebackers are good, but of course, our tight ends have to catch the ball. But
they got to catch it today.
Size advantage that they can exploit. And we will see. The Bills don't commit to the run at all. At least I don't think they do on a consistent basis. So we'll be able to see whether or not they're more physical than we are. Anything else? Is there 5? What about the 5 keys? I know we talked about that with everyone else. What are your 5 keys?
Oh, I mean, the first is you got to run the football, right?
Okay.
Then I also need my quarterback not to turn the football over. So we got to definitely when we make throws, or when it's time to make throws, let's be decisive and let's get that ball out. He did a good job last week in terms of the timing and looking at how long it took him to get that ball out. I think he had the quickest release of all quarterbacks last week. I think it was about 2 seconds for him.
Okay.
So
damn, I didn't know that.
I need to see that again this week. It's that Texas coast. That's how it works. Get that ball out.
He was
So-
getting
But
the
that's
ball
what John
out.
and I said. Yeah.
He was getting the ball out very fast last week.
He absolutely needs to get the football out this week and not turn it over. Man, I need the guys to step up though, because like if Brandon Cooks is not playing, then I need to see something out of Toby. Toby need to carry that good preseason over into the regular season. So definitely need to see what he can bring to the table. I think he's going to step up though. I really do. I expect him to have a really good game today. To go out there and fill in the shoes. Obviously, special teams. We're talking about like overall, right?
Overall.
Okay. So obviously on defense, man, we got to control the run, right? Because they're going to come out. They're going to try to run the football all day long. That's what they want to do. And then we got to make Zach Wilson play quarterback. Like make him play quarterback. Make him stand back there and try to read the defense, and then let him just really basically just fall apart. Because a lot of what he does is you'll see a lot of predetermined throws too, man. When he comes to the line of scrimmage, just like he knows where he wants to go to football, and regardless of what's happening, he's going there. And so we need to get him off that first read, make him try to figure it out from there, and then let the pass rushers eat.
I got you. What else? Is that it?
And of course, special teams, man. Kicker, man. Come on. Like, I don't need you to miss any extra points. Points today are premium, fellas. I'm telling you, man. This game right here is gonna be tight. So points.
You think it's gonna be a tight game?
I do. I think it is. Okay. So points are gonna be at a premium. So no miss extra points, and you gotta. If we go down there and kick a field goal, which I hate, hope we don't. But if we do, we gotta convert, man.
So your thing is, I'm gonna piggyback off that. You want touchdowns, don't settle for field goals for this game.
Absolutely.
Got you. Anything else?
No. With that, I still need my kicker to make the extra point.
I got you. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yes,
because that gets in everybody's head.
Once he started out a little shaky. He settled down later, but
he did. But I think that gets in everybody's head though. Once that happens, you know what I mean?
That's true with kickers.
Let's get beyond that part. Right, we need to see some consistency with converting these extra points, and then get beyond that. That doesn't need to be an ongoing up and down thing all throughout the season.
Got you. I have a question for the group. I know the Jets got two great boundary corners. Who's their slot corner?
I'm not sure.
Who's their slot?
I can find that out.
Because I don't know who. I know they got great guys on the boundary.
No, it's Michael Carter.
This man in the slot. Is that the safety that they have? Do they have a slot corner? I mean,
the nickelback is Michael Carter.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'll just do one of that. I believe the biggest key is I agree with what everyone says, but I do believe this. I think Dallas have to get out early. If they get out early, they have the Jets playing from behind. We have to realize we are not the Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to take no shots at Josh Allen. There are things Buffalo had opportunities, and they didn't finish those opportunities. I do think the Jets have a very sound defense. They really have no type of weaknesses. But I do believe if you keep any defense on the field for too long, they will tire out, even if they rotate 8. So I think that's going to be mandatory. And I think 13 personnel, I would utilize that because I want to see how physical they are. They're a physical football team, but I just like establishing a lot of physicality. I'm surprised no one mentioned Deuce as a guy for today's potential game. Like no one mentioned that, but that's fine. So we're gonna do the reverse of it. I'm gonna start with Don, and we're gonna talk about from a defensive perspective. Even though I know you guys did talk about it, like your overall aspects of it. So who is going to be the key? I'm going to go with 3. We're going to go with 3 key players from our side defensively and 3 key players. Now, we're not even going to talk about the Jets. There's 3 key players defensively from Dallas that you think is going to be premium for this game. And I'm going to make this more difficult. Michael Parsons cannot be mentioned because we all know he's the guy that's the juice.
X factor, man. We let him out.
We know this. We all know what Michael brings to the table. I want 3 guys that are beyond Michael Parsons for today. Because Parsons is the first guy we always pick. And we know how important he is for the defense. But give me 3 guys beyond him that you think are keys. And then after that, we're going to do from an offensive perspective. And it's good. And I don't want anybody mentioning CeeDee Lamb. I don't want Tony Pollard. And I don't want Dak Prescott. Because we all know those guys are super keys. So we're going to think of other guys. Or as Shaq would always say, the others. So think of someone else besides that than the than the regular guys that normally is. So no Michael Parsons. I do not want to have Michael Parsons defensive. We know how important he is. So beyond him, defensively. So we're gonna start with Don first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with so I'll go with whoever our right defensive end is that starts, because I need him to hold down that edge, set to really like set that contain on that side for sure.
Okay.
So that's probably gonna be Armstrong, I'm guessing. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Mozzie too. I'm gonna throw him in there because I think we got that middle needs to be shut down. I know Brees Hall is like, he's more of a home run threat, but we got to definitely short that middle because I want Zach Wilson to feel it coming up the middle, and I know Osa's gonna take off the ball anyway, so I'm not putting him in there. But I'm gonna go with him, and then the last person is gonna be I'm gonna go with Curse because coverage out in the backfield and coverage on the tight end, that's definitely where Zach Wilson is going to be looking for. He's going to be trying to check it down and throw it down real quick. Whoever has that running back and the tight end, those are going to be the guys that are definitely going to get some run today for sure.
Okay.
So that might be Curse, but I could throw in the other guys. I could probably just talk about the position itself. But whoever's playing that hybrid safety, whoever's playing that nickel hybrid role, safety role, that guy's going to get work today for real.
So that could either be Bell or that could be Thomas.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else? That's it? Yeah, that is. You did mention
those are my three on defense.
Okay, we're going to mix it up because I'm not going to do the other way. Reef, three key players on defensively that is not named Michael Parsons.
First off, I'm going to split my first one. I'm going to make it Trayvon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore.
That's fine.
One-on-one, Garrett Wilson is a problem. I don't know if anybody's seen that. The kid's a stud. So being able to definitely top 5 in the AFC in my opinion. But
wow, it's early.
Yeah, man, that dude's good.
If you could put up 1,200 yards and 4 touchdowns with Mike White, Joe Flacco, and Zach Wilson as your quarterback, you could play.
Oh no, he can play. I'm not denying that he can play. He's a stud. He is a stud.
Just being able to guard them one-on-one, because I'm expecting us to stack the box a lot, play a lot of 8-man, especially bring the hybrid and the safety down in that role as the extra linebacker. So in terms of that, just making sure that they win their matchups one-on-one. He will get targets at him. And Zach Wilson will look to just give him a few jump balls where it's contested, or if it's a crucial third down, you got to know where he's going, and it's probably to him. So just making sure the two corners hold up their end of the bargain, especially in man coverage. Second would probably be like going off of what Don said, the interior as a whole. So I would say the most important one would be Hankins and or Mozzie, just making sure they're doing their best to clog up the middle and have pressure, give us pass rushing opportunities on third and longs and second and longs, being able to do that. Like I said, Brees Hall is another player that stood out to me, like as somebody. And then on the one he broke out against the Bills, it was right up the gut. So just making sure he holds his own there. They both hold their own there. And thirdly, linebackers, obviously just playing off the defensive line. Got to be able to tackle. Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall, like I said, those cats who can break tackles, who can hit their head on the goalpost. So it's just central that them two, Damone Clark and Vander Esch, just do their jobs, and just if they do break out, just make sure they secure the play. So other than that,
concerned about either Clark or Vander Esch or Bell, because Bell's playing that?
It's more so for all. It's more so for all three of them. I said, there's going to be times when they do break out, just making sure they secure the tackle. Can't have no missed tackles, can't have no bad reads in terms of gap filling, because that will get 7 on the board. Like, they got 2 cats that are known for like hitting their head on the goalpost, so there's no making mistakes and missed gaps, because that could cost you a touchdown. So just making sure they just do their jobs up front
and be on your route.
Just go from there.
Got you. Dink. 3 key players, or elaborate 3 key positions defensive. Well, there is only 3 layers. 3 key players defensively that is not Michael Parsons.
We'll start with Trayvon Diggs. Stephon Gilmore and Moses Smith. And the reason why I picked them, man, we got to be able to stop the run. Brees Hall and them, and our corners. They the best. They the best on our team, man. They got to put themselves in a position to force Zach Wilson to make some mistakes.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna throw this out here. I need our defense to do like they did last week against a weaker competition. And if we do that, this game not gonna be close. And just like you said earlier, we get ahead of them. There's no coming back. Zach Wilson cannot bring them back. So
Okay.
the defense need to play Goliath like they did last week. They got to dominate.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Willie, 3 key players that is not your son, Michael Parsons.
I will go with Hankins, Clark, and D/Gilmore. I think we're gonna need. Like I said, I believe we're gonna have to stop the run because they're gonna run the football. And I need Clark to be what he's always been great at, which is shedding blocks and getting in the backfield and making good tackles. The kid is solid, so we really need him to step it up today and be the player that he has shown to be. That's why that's who I'm thinking that if he has a great game with 10 tackles, then we killing it. So we all know Garrett.
Now, what kind of 10 tackles though? 10 tackles behind the line or 10 tackles behind the field? Sometimes a lot of guys are tackles, but it's all the way down the field.
Not 10 tackles, Willie.
Linebacker tackles in the hole, baby. We talking sideline to sideline tackling, and not going all the way down the field.
Right, Willie?
That basically that's what I'm trying to make it stop. Make it stop.
I can do that.
That's a damn problem.
I can get with you on that.
Okay.
They're gonna. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're going to run the football. They're not gonna leave the game in his kid's hands. So you might see 40 runs today, bro. You might see 40 runs. They're gonna run the football today, bro. They're not gonna put that game in there.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not completely disagreeing with you. But if you get ahead,
yeah,
the team is going to be forced to throw. It don't matter because if you up 17-0, see, last week it was a tight game.
Exactly.
So they can rely on doing that. If we jump out on them and get up 17 or 21-0, they're going to have to force to throw the ball. Unless they just want to save him like they kind of did Daniel Jones, and Reef mentioned this. They just started handing the ball off even though they was down 28 points. They didn't want to have nobody tee off on their quarterback.
But they didn't want to take him out.
Yeah, and that was I didn't understand that. They just put him in there. He just suffered a beating. 3 key players defensively that is not named Michael Parsons.
Okay, so I'm gonna use like the unit. So I'm gonna go the defensive tackle unit. So between Osa, Hankins, and Mozzie, they're gonna have to come out and set the tone. They're gonna have to free the linebackers up, take on some blockers, and free them up and get some push. Because you can't let Brees Hall get loose in the backfield. Because if he gets loose in the backfield, it's gonna be a long night. So we got to set the tone for them. They have to set the tone, and I'll go Marquise Bell. I think he's gonna have to have a solid game, a game like he had last week. Playing with the defensive tackles, freeing up the linemen.
His run fits was really good last week. I was a little concerned going into it because he didn't show that in preseason.
Yeah, he gonna have to
really locked in this past week.
Yeah, he gonna have to because he gonna get them open field tackles and he gonna have to make them, and he gonna have to hold Brees Hall in the when it comes to passing in the backfield. So coming out the backfield. So between the defensive tackles, Marquise Bell. And I think Diggs is going to have to cover that back end on the edge, containing their receivers because they don't follow them. But we don't tend to follow the best receiver. But between him and Gilmore, they're going to have to hold the back end off. So those are my 3.
Those are 3 keys. Sorry, so we're going to switch it up. I'm going to continue with you. And we'll stay with this narrative. Who is considered the most dangerous 3 dangerous players for the Jets that have to have bad games? And if they have those type of games and they're non-factors, because I know last week our guy was Dexter Lawrence. and he really didn't show.
Mm.
So if that is the case for now, I know everyone is talking Hall. I'm assuming Cooks, because Cooks hasn't been mentioned. And I'm assuming Quentin Williams. Is those the three players that you consider that would be like the X factors for the Jets that we have to kind of reel in and control and keep them under their averages of their production?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Quentin Williams is the number one by far. I think Cooks and Hall, they take up to 2 and 3 because I don't know what to expect from Zach Wilson to get the ball to the receivers. So I think it's going to come down to their run game and Quentin Williams on the defensive end. If Agoda can get a good push on Williams helping out the center, then I think we could have a good game. But it's going to come down to majority Quentin Williams and stopping the run.
Is Tyler Smith playing today?
No, he's out.
He's out again. Okay, so they keep the precautions. So we need an ex-Jet to play very well. He played well last week. Let's see if he's even much more motivated to play against his former team this week. Okay, I'm gonna continue with you. So three key players offensively for the Dallas Cowboys that is not named Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, because those are the easiest things to pick out. So we're going to go with X-Factor skill. Yeah, because everybody goes with those guys, and I agree. I think they're all important. Right. I think we are going to have really good games. But beyond them, who are we looking at that would be an X factor, skill position wise or whatever wise that's on the offensive side of the ball?
I'm gonna go with Goda. We're gonna have to pick up where he left off last week. Filling in for Tyler Smith. I'm gonna go the tight end group. The tight end group, we can't have drop balls like we did last week because that's gonna come back and bite us in the tail eventually.
I'm gonna piggyback on that. Do you think Luke gets more burn this week?
Yeah, I could see them giving Luke more burn. I think what they trying to do is ease him into it before they give him that starting role. So I
mean, not just start, just contributing more.
Yeah.
More in the passing game this week. Because I agree with what Don said. It's just like, dude, them tight ends were not really good as far as catching the football. Maybe it was first week jitters. Maybe it was the weather. But still, you got to catch those balls right in the hand. So do you think he will get a little bit more opportunities this week?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's going to have more opportunities when it comes to blocking and when it comes to catching the ball because somebody got to step up and somebody got to set them away from the groups, you know? So I think Luke can be that guy, get some more reps and ease his way into that role.
Okay. So the tight end groups, who else? Is that it? Or is that all three tight ends are we talking about here?
All the three.
Oh, you mentioned two. You mentioned left guard and tight end.
Okay, and then Tolbert for sure with Cooks going out because we didn't last week. We didn't have to see much from the offensive side of the ball. We didn't have to see much. So not every week's going to be like that. So I think Tolbert's going to have to step up and make them plays that Cooks would make. Some of them.
Now, I'm not going to say every week would. Well, you know what? I'm going to piggyback off that later. So, three key players offensively that is not named Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, or Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it's going to just sound like I'm on repeat. But, yeah, definitely, first and foremost, number one is Edoga.
Like, on the podcast.
He's going to have to definitely come with it this week, man. I mean, he had a good week. He overachieved last week. This week is going to be a different challenge with Quentin Williams. So we'll see if he's ready for it. But yeah, he's got to be ready to play this week for sure. Tight ends got to be better. Just need to execute better. Like balls coming to you, man. You got to catch them. You had both. They had two opportunities for big plays. Touchdown. One was touchdown, and the ball hit you in both your hands and you dropped it. So there's no excuse for that at all. So hopefully they spent the whole week on a jugs machine and they're ready to roll this week. So we got Edoga, we got the tight ends, and then I'm gonna say, man, that third. No, I'm gonna say Gallup this week. I want to see Gallup. I want to see Gallup step up and see.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, let's see what he can do this week.
Because he was only targeted twice last week.
Yeah, and he didn't really show up until like the second half. So let's see if Gallup this week, man, can really kind of step up and show. Because like we already know they're gonna try to put Sauce. If they line up CD on that side, Sauce is gonna be guarding him. So let's see if Gallup can do some coverage.
Here's the thing I'm just thinking of. Would you move CD to the slot?
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get moved around. CD, if it's me and I'm the OC, I'm moving him all over.
And do you think linebackers will be able to guard him, Reese? If you slide
CD,
well, here's the thing. Yeah.
well, I mean, of course not.
No, hold on. Because I'm listening to everybody talking. You guys are doing good things. I agree. I think the linebackers are fantastic. This is a little bit before you and D's time, but you guys are probably, I know you guys are historians. We played the 49ers one time. We used to just kick. We used to really kick their asses a lot. So they made an adjustment and they moved Jerry Rice into the slot against our linebackers who were very athletic and who could guard tight end. But they had a problem guarding him. So I'm wondering, do you move CD inside and move one of those tight ends outside, and then your matchups are completely different as opposed to if you just keep him on the bounty?
I mean,
I think that's part of the offense. Go ahead, Reed.
I would. Yeah, I would move him in the slot. You're gonna get a lot of safety. Typically in defense, you're gonna get a lot of safety and like linebacker coverage on him. I don't know if Sauce is gonna follow him. He might.
The Jets don't follow them.
Yeah, so like I don't know. Like I said, you never know though. I ain't gonna say he won't. Depending especially when Brandon Cooks is out, you might feel a little more comfortable with like just saying like fuck it, let's just put Sauce.
It could
move around. I hope they move him around.
It could be a different wrinkle, but historically, they just let their corners play whatever side they do. Historically, but you're right, they could move. I mean, if they are moving them, that's even better.
Yeah,
I hope he travels. I hope he travels today.
Yeah, it would be interesting if he does that. Is that it, Don? Anything else? I forgot I had cut you off. I think he was on the second.
Oh, you mean offensive player? Yeah. No, because I get a third one. My third one was Gallup.
Okay.
Yep. Those are the guys today.
Yeah, because I lost my way. Did I get you?
So what now?
Did I get you? Your three keys beyond?
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I lost my way because Willie went off the screen, so I got thrown off. Three key players that are not Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, or Dak Prescott. Offensive.
Definitely Gallup. I forgot about Gallup, man. Gallup got to step up. That Gallup got to be the number one. Then the whole offensive line is one unit, and then the next would be the tight ends, man. That's it.
Yep.
If you think about it, if those tight ends catches those passes last week, we beat them probably 50-something nothing.
Yeah, I was surprised they hung the 40 on them. But yeah, 50.
And the tight ends are wide open. So the tight ends, Gallup and offensive line. Gallup has to step up, bro. He has to step up.
So he has to go back to the role he had before pre-ACL injury.
Pre-ACL injury? You saw what Dak did in 2021?
Right.
When Gallup was on point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, when Gallup, when he was on point, you couldn't stop us, bro. Couldn't stop.
Gotcha. All right. Is that it? Anything else?
Nah, that's it for that. Yeah, for that.
Okay. Willie, three key players that are not CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, because those are the easiest ones to get. So who are your threes?
Tyler Biadasz and Zach Martin controlling the middle. And one of these wide receivers are going to have to step up and replacement. I'm hoping Topa go out there and have a great game, but we're going to have to it's probably going to be Gallup. So, but that's what the real key right there. Those two guys in the middle are going to have to control that boy. You know that boy.
I'm surprised you mentioned Zach because I don't have concerns with him. I thought you mentioned the left guard like everybody else.
You just said key guys. So I'm just going with the key guy.
I got you.
You didn't take away.
You're right about that.
Now, one thing we did hear. We didn't hear nothing from Williams all game last week, and that's kind of what I want to hear from this Williams too. I want this Williams not to do nothing this whole game too. So that's what I don't want to see any impact. Gotcha. That's what I'm trying to get. So I'm going with the best player I can go get, and that's Zach Martin.
Gotcha. Well, he is the lead guy. So by saying that, I'm going to stay with you on that, and I'm going to go with, because I did it last week. We're going to go with coaching, and we're not going to go. We're going to be able to pick any particular coach. Last week I said no Mike McCarthy. What position coach is going to be very critical this week?
I think tight ends coach is probably going to be very critical this week. That's what's his? I can't get his name right, but
I don't know.
But he's real good. He's a good coach. He can coach him up, but you got to get them boys to catch the ball this week.
Do you think they're going to use more of Luke this week than they did last week?
I think so, because that offensive line and that defensive line is real good. So you're probably going to see Luke out there a pretty good amount because he's better. We all know he's a better blocker than Henderson.
Yeah, he's by far. I think he's a better player than in every fashion.
But yeah, we hopefully get a couple passes thrown to him. Let's see what happens, what he can do this week.
All right. Well, we done did everything except for predictions. You have a score prediction for today?
I'm running in the line of 24-13.
24-13.
That's what I've been running with. I mean, I would love to see them get dragged, these boys. So I can shut these Jet fans up. Boy, they more annoying than the Giant fans. Can you imagine?
They done beat us a couple of times, so I guess that's what feel in their head. Don, score prediction.
Yes, sir.
You have a prediction for today?
Yeah, I said it was going to be a tight game, but I'm still thinking, like, from an offensive standpoint, we probably scored 24. I keep going between 24-14 or 24-10. So if I say 24-10, that means obviously we're in control. But I think I'm going to stick with 24-14.
Okay, 24-14.
Yep, Cowboys.
I'm going 31-14 because I think our defense is going to show out once again. We're going to take the inferior opponent and we're going to whoop their ass. So I'm going 31-14.
31-14. Last time you did this, I think you did, what was the last week? 31-10? And we ended up doing 40-0.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Okay, so
yeah.
All right, we're probably going to score 40 today. All right, D-Will, score predictions for today.
I got 37-10. I think the defense comes in, sets the tone. They get Zach Wilson to turn the ball over, and the offense takes care, or the offense doesn't play with their food, or the defense doesn't play with their food. And once the defense gets turnovers, I think we score the ball. And I don't see them scoring. I don't see Zach Wilson coming in scoring more than 2 passing touchdowns. So
what did they score last week? I forgot the score last week.
They had 26 points, didn't they?
No, they had that punt return. That's where they got most of the points from. That last punt return.
Was it 21-13?
Yeah, it was something like
23-17, I think.
Right.
Okay, so they got take away their special teams thing.
And look, let's throw this out here, man. Let's throw this caveat out here. Your boy gave them the game with 4 turnovers, right? If he don't turn the ball over 4 times, they beat the Jets. So this is why I tell these Jet fans, slow down. I was telling the Jets fans to slow down because Josh Allen gave y'all 4 turnovers. You take those turnovers away, that game is over. They beat you.
Yeah, they was in control, and they had a lot of things that they was able to run.
So they scored 22 points last week.
22 points. So
I guess they got a touchdown on special teams, right?
Was the punt? Yeah, the special teams.
Okay.
But I want to throw this out here. Robert Saleh was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers for a long time, and we beat them plenty of times. Which would have been the defense coordinator when he was with San Francisco. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
All right, that's a good caveat there.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Reef, score predictions.
I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't get that. I got skipped over for the three players. So I'm gonna give my 3 players.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
No.
Real quick. Just Edoga Gallup and Hankins and Ramazi. Edoga's obviously. Don't be surprised if don't think they're not gonna try to get Quentin Williams in a 1-on-1 situation.
That's all his reps right there. They're gonna be on Edoga.
Yeah, don't think Saleh's not gonna do that. Even though obviously he's the strong side interior Like he's gonna have to play the strong side, so he's gonna have to go up with Zach Martin. Don't think they won't scheme him up to go get single matchups against Edoga. Gallup, in terms of, I need to see something, bro. I need to see something.
Yes.
I mean,
And in terms of
in all things, I'll defend him slightly. The game got so far out of hand last week, so
not even just last week, just from like last year, because not only like people want to give him it's an ACL, but not only that, you had time, you had more than 10 months to be ready, like, and then you were in the season for 10 plus games, including the playoffs.
So you think
I seen a lot of
so you basically saying at the end of the year last year, he should have started to kind of round a little bit more into
right.
shape.
Like in terms of like just like his route running last year specifically was horrible. Like
I agree.
Very bad. Like we can attribute that to like Kellen Moore's calling a lot of curls, calling a lot of comebacks, but you still got to run the route.
Right. I agree.
So just with that, and then like I said, the interior, Hankins and Mozzie, just make sure you collapse the pocket.
No, that's defensively.
Oh, my bad. Offensively, Tolbert. Just being a threat, just being an extra threat, another threat for back there. I always wanted to be different. Everybody picked the tight ends. I don't want to.
No, but I'm surprised nobody picked Tyron Smith.
Tyron's fine.
Okay.
Tyron's fine. I have no issues. If you can block Thibodeau, if you can block Ojulari, you should in theory be able to block Jermaine Johnson in the game. Like I don't really see.
Well, the only reason why I was saying if he's handling in that, which I think he's more than capable of, that allows Tyler to help Biotis to help Adoga with Williams. That's why I think he's a big key for that, because I agree with you. They're not going to put him on Zach Martin. I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to flip him. And that ex-Jet going to get a lot of work this week.
So,
but he was up to the task last week. Let's see if he's up to the task this week.
Better pass rusher, I would say. Whereas
yes, he
is a better runner.
Get off. Yeah, his get off is much better. Yeah, I agree. He's a game runner.
And then like I said, with Tolbert just being another option, looking for the step up coming year 2. And then just overall my score prediction is probably 21-17. This is a really, really good football team. They're literally.
I have an overall question, and I mean it's not a prediction. If they beat them like they did the Giants last week, would that be surprising to everyone? He ain't surprised.
I think it. Me personally, yes, because like I said, this is the NFL. You don't just get.
I agree.
You don't. I would be surprised. You winning a game. 24-14 is considered you controlling the game, but you're only winning by 10 points. That shows you like how competitive this league really is.
And I'm not saying they're gonna hang 40 on them, but if they hang 35 on them, would you be surprised?
The defense will have to score some touchdowns.
I won't be surprised, but the problem is the Jets are like us playing the Cardinals. Like for some reason they just weird stuff happened in the game and. It's just always something. You know, when we play the Cardinals, like the Cardinals all of a sudden become a powerhouse, and they just playing everything just working.
But the Jets legitimately, their defense is the top 5 defense.
Like the last time we played them, they got like an 80-yard catch from who that dude was. I can't think of his name. But yeah, man, it's just weird stuff happened when we play the Jets. Like we was up one game. Like 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and they came back and beat us. It was a weird game, man. It was like it was like years ago. I think it was when Reed was there. And Reed got that pick in the game.
Oh, okay.
You remember that? Yeah. It was years ago.
Really, that's like 10 years ago.
But that's the last 3. One of the last 3 times they beat us.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the present.
I'm just saying that weird stuff happened when the last 3 times we played them. It just be like, wow.
Weird stuff happens every week.
I'm just saying this with the team. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I won't be surprised if we blow them out. But I'm just leaving enough there for the bull crap that happens when we play them.
Right.
I would say
dominate.
if we do get something similar to like what happened last week, like I have more optimism about like how we are as a football team.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like I said, even if we get out of this with like 20-10,
I know
23,
you are.
like that still show like we're still a good football team. But like I said, like I gotta be realistic. Like we're not about to.
No. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm saying if it did happen, would you be surprised?
And yeah, I'd be surprised.
I would be.
Like
Yeah, I would be
We was all
definitely.
shocked. We was all shocked.
We blow them out.
So here's what historically has happened with this team, and you know I know we're in a different culture and all that. I got all that, but historically is they go out, they get this big win, and nobody expect them to win like that. Then they come back the following week, man. The team is good for laying an egg, right? They play down the competition.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got teams that you know you should be steamrolling, and then they come back in, and then now it's like, whoa, man, this team don't look nothing like it did the week before.
And that's kind of like where I was trying to go to see if there is a change in the DNA of the team.
100%, which I think there will be. Yeah,
that's why I was like. No, go ahead, Don. No, hold on, Rick.
I would say 100%. I would. So what I expect today is for the leadership to step up and for them to have during the week prepare for this game and forget about last week. That's over with. Nobody's talking about that. You know, the media and everybody else is talking about how great this defense is. I don't care about that because I'm not buying that. It's a week-to-week league, man. You got to come in. You got to earn the right to be good or great in this league. So that means last week is great, but man, this is another challenge right here. So let's see what you do today. Because that's all that matters. And so let's see what they do today. Hopefully, like I said, there's no fall off. There's no, from last week, that layover or the hangover of, we scored 40 points and we got all these sacks and all this other stuff. Throw all that stuff out the window, man, today and just get ready to go in there for a dogfight, man, and come out victorious.
But but if they go out and they don't lay an egg and they are, and I know it's early.
That'll be telling. Yeah, that'll be telling.
That be right? That's what I'm trying to say is because
absolutely
I agree with you. Unfortunately, Reef never seen the championship teams of the Cowboys, but you guys have seen championship football,
right?
And normally, like last week, very few people have said. I think it was definitely Dink. He said, if you're a championship Super Bowl team, you start your week out against an inferior team with a statement game. Now I agree. I think I think the Giants are a good football team. I think the media is kind of making them saying like they crap. Hold on, we give you time. But I'm just saying, if they come out, and I'm not saying they are going to score 30. I'm not saying that at all. But if they happen to drop 30 on them and they are dominant and choke them out, would that indicate, and I know it's early, would it indicate that maybe you're a football team? And would it surprise you based on the history of the team? Because they have, at times, last year they played with too much food last year. I do think they're a little bit different, but it's 100%. So early. I don't want to say they are different. Yep. There are pieces that's added. I think Gilmore is a very crucial piece because of one, I think he's a Super Bowl champion. Two, just seeing the way Diggs played so physical last week, that was a little surprising for me because he's never played like that before. I think he's capable. Hold on. I think he's capable, but I'm just saying with this, he wouldn't be surprised. Don would be surprised. I would be slightly surprised. But go ahead, Reese.
I would say this, like, I wouldn't consider this like a truly like inferior football team. Like they're quarterback wise, yes. As a team, as a unit, bro,
that quarterback part it can be so important. So it can meaning is you can have a complete football team everywhere else, but that quarterback holds you back. It really has an effect on your football team.
Okay,
that's
then,
all what I mean.
Then if we do like I said, like depending, like even if we win this football game, like unless we win it in truly like similar, like convincing fashion to the Giants, like I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh well, this is the team, We ain't playing no quarterback yet. We ain't playing no real quarterback.
Oh, that's a discussion for next week.
So like we won't play like a real quarterback if you want to say Brock Purdy is going to be the best quarterback we play until Justin Herbert the week after. So like in terms of like really like a really good sound quarterback, like you're not going to see that until Brock Purdy. So.
No, I agree, but I do believe the Giants are a physical football team. They play physical. They're extension of their head coach. I'm a guy that really likes physicality. They're going to challenge you. I want to see if we match. Last week, we were much more physical than the Giants. I want to see if they carry it over. I want to see if you're going to be a really physical football team every week, week in and week out. I agree with Don. People have a colleague wrote talking about they may be one of the greatest defenses. I'm like, hold up, dude. It's just
one week, one game.
Man, dude, they got
we ain't nowhere close to that.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's a complete overreaction.
After week one.
But I do like to examine week by week, and I like to see if a team is different. And this is super early. You know, we're all saying that. But I just want to see if they come out and if they are physical and if they do it in dominating fashion. How surprising would it be? I understand 24-14 is still a good, strong win. Yeah. But if they drop 30 on this defense and it ain't defensive touchdowns, I would be very impressed. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I'll be impressed. I'll be impressed if
it'll be efficient.
If you're efficient, like Don said, like if you're efficient, don't turn the football over, play a clean football game. Just play a clean football game. Like that's what I don't need them to show they could score 40 points on an elite defense. Exactly. Play a clean football game.
No. I'm not saying they need to. I'm not saying that. I want to win. I don't. I'm about victory and about being physical. But I'm trying to ask collectively as a group, if they did that, would you be surprised?
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I want to
win. Yes, I would be surprised.
I think you have to be a little bit.
If it's 24-10, I'm good. I'm not in the first 40 burger class. But if they drop 30 on a defensive
I'll be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm just there would be something where I come from like, oh, okay. I wouldn't declare them anything, but that would be impressive because I do agree with you. I think they are a complete football team. I do believe the quarterback is the weakness. I think you control the running game. And if you get ahead of them, you can turn it into a 30 game, but it would be from defensive turnovers and things of that nature, defensive overall. So that's basically what I'm trying to see. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's another question. What are you guys looking for today that will indicate maybe they're different than last year's team? We're not even going to go Super Bowl. We're not going to go for any of that. Just to say this team appears that they may be different than the team from last year.
Consistency.
In what way? In what fashion?
Just like you said, like past years, we would win one and then be a game where we should win, and then we drop that. So we just got to keep that ball rolling in games we should win, which this is, although they do have a solid team outside of their quarterback, which everybody's looking over. I do think this is a game we should win. So the game consistency in terms of that, and just winning the games you should win. Okay. This is a winnable game.
I agree. That's a very, very good point. Dink, what
is
that approved that they're different from last year's team?
I just want to see consistency on the offense. No turnovers. Making the plays you're supposed to make in the defense. I want to see the defense come in and step up and continue to dominate. That's what I want to see.
I got you.
That's all I want right there. As long as they're on the same page, the offense and defense, we good, bro. That defense,
I got you.
It's special.
But you kind of elaborate. You can elaborate more off of what you said.
Oh, with the defense, man, I expect the defense to really carry this team moving forward. I think the offense is going to catch up eventually, but I think this year the next man for this team is the defense. That's what's going to drive us home. Seriously.
That does appear
that's why I expect us to actually liberate the Jets today. I really do. All
right. I remember last time you said this. Don, is it basically what you started about the not having a letdown, playing down?
Yeah. So but I would say two things for me is run defense. First of all, let me see if the run defense is better. Because that game against New York Giants, so for a while, they got a little sketchy in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see some run defense, see if that's really improved. I didn't realize last year they were 22nd overall in run defense. Got to be much better than that this year. You can't be in the 20s on run defense and expect to go anywhere. So, yeah, run defense needs to be a whole lot better. And the receivers and the quarterback need to really make sure they're on the same page today. Make sure they run good routes. And again, we said clean game, no turnovers. We don't need you to take chances. If you punt, that's a good thing. You got a defense, so you got to play to your strengths. Let the defense keep you in the game until you get it figured out. And I think for us offensively, it's probably going to take us to really get, firing the way they should be, probably another couple games because nobody played during the preseason, none of your starters. So they're still trying to figure that part of it out. But, today, in terms of, being very efficient, push the ball down the field. If again, like I said, if you got to punt it, it's okay. You know what I mean? Just play to your strength. Know you got a defense that can carry you until you get it figured out. And, hey, if we got to win this game ugly, we can still win it ugly too.
Gotcha.
Win is a win.
Yep, that's all that matters.
Willie, what are you looking for to show that it's going to be different? They're a different unit than last year's unit.
Defense got dominate. Got to show that this is who we're going to be every week. This is who we are now. You can't have lit up games, especially against inferior opponents like the Jets right now. The Jets without Aaron Rodgers is that inferior opponent. The quarterback is not good enough to get them, probably not even get them to the playoffs. So we need to go in there and, shut the door on these dudes. Shut the door on the offense. And Dak in the offense need to go out there and show that they can move the ball against any defense. That's what I like to see. If you go out there, especially against this defense, you put 27 on the 28 on the board. Deep offensively, man, that means we can do whatever. I be looking forward to games like 49 a game. I be looking forward to that game.
Okay, well,
I know we can put points up on anybody.
That's week 5. We just staying with here. So more consistency offensively, dominate, and efficient offense. D, what are you looking for that's going to tell you they're a little bit different than last year's team? Can you hear me, D? D, can you hear me?
You said D, right? Not D.
Yeah, is he paused?
I think he's frozen.
Can you hear me, D?
You said me? Oh, my bad. I thought you said D, okay. Bro. My bad.
No,
my bad.
D.
Yeah. Just consistency, man. Just consistency. Just like I etched on at the when you first asked the question. I just think we need to show up and perform the way we can perform. That's why I said I don't think it'd be surprising for me if we blew them out because I know I have an idea of the potential of what this team can be. So if we blew them out, it wouldn't be surprising, although I would be extremely ecstatic, but it wouldn't be surprising to me because I know the levels of potential that we can reach and the heights we could reach with this defense, just the defense of how good they are in terms of all levels and depth. So just continue to get to the quarterback, create turnovers.
All right, I got you. Make a short field for the offense. All right, I'm going to feed you. All right, Reef, what are you looking for to show that they are a different team than last year's team?
This man right here. Hold on. Cannot turn the football over. Dak Prescott, he cannot turn the football over. That's all I'm asking. If he plays clean, don't lose his games. Don't keep people in games when you're up 2 touchdowns and then you're trying to force the ball down the field and then you're giving people short fields. That's the only thing in terms of just really the big difference is from last year. Just don't turn the football over and we'll win a lot of games. I kind of disagree with what a lot of people think. I don't think this is necessarily an inferior football team. You might have an inferior quarterback, but the Giants had an inferior quarterback. A lot of teams I see other than in my opinion, other than 26 teams, they're going to have an inferior quarterback than you if you do happen to play them.
Let me clarify that. I think for the group, last year we played some teams and they had inferior quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks didn't play inferior. So
exactly.
can we force these inferior quarterbacks to play to that level as opposed to having them play above?
No, I need my top 10 quarterback to play at the level that he needs to be. And that's just period, point blank. Like, he needs to play like he gets paid $40 million a year, which he do, and he needs to play like that. There's no really, like, the defense is gonna do what it do. Like, it's gonna give up stuff at times. It's gonna may give up some big plays at times, but for the most part, they don't really give up points. They still, in my opinion, like, they're still susceptible to get run on. So, like, I'm just looking to see, like, how they do in the run today.
Okay, so that would be a change for you then, if the run defense is much better.
Yeah, because we gave up 3. We gave up, like, and a little bit is that due to, like, it's kind of inflated because we did get run on by a lot of quarterbacks, and we struggle with containing running quarterbacks. Like, that's a fact. That's not no. I mean, there's so a little bit of that is inflated, but we still gave up 3 200-yard rushers to teams last year. You can't do that. You won't do that. You won't win games doing that. We got lucky and we put up like I remember against the Bears specifically. The Bears were moving that up, walking up downfield.
I think they ran 200 yards on us.
Yep, and they had over like 250, and Denver had 300 yards on us. So
right.
You just gotta.
You know what? Looking at the Denver comparisons, they had a good defense, but they shouldn't have been in that game like that. So I think people are looking at the same thing with this. Like, I think the Jets are a very good football team, but I think their quarterback is.
I think, me personally, I think they're still, regardless of quarterback, they're still a playoff team. They almost made the playoffs last year, in arguably the hardest division in the AFC. So
we'll see. I'm a big believer that the quarterback can ruin a lot for you. Like, the quarterback can ruin a lot for you. You could have that dude can just he can, because here's the thing. If we get him off the field in 3 and outs, you keep that defense, even though I think it's a really good one, out there for too long, for 35, they're gonna tire.
But we gotta capitalize.
I agree. So that's what I'm saying. That would be the difference for me. If we capitalize, if we keep the defense out there, if we have shortened fields like D has said, and we capitalize. So that would be different because last year, turnovers, not capitalizing, playing with your food. So those are the things that I need to see. But the game is about to start in 3 minutes. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll do a post game for those who are ready. Any closing thoughts before we close this out?
I want dominance.
Let's go get that W.
Go out and get
it.
Dominant. I know we're going to see each other during the game. Enjoy
100%.
the game. We're definitely going to talk Cowboys.
All day.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
I think before you go.
I want to ask one question before we go. Now, Reef, last week you said let's not go after the cornerbacks.
We ain't got time for that.
I just want to ask the question. I just want to ask the question.